What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Reign of Kings, where I'm going to continue setting up more public event type stuff. Today we're going to continue working on the little area in front of the Chest of Champions, or whatever it is, the Champion's Chest, whatever I decided to name it, regardless of the nomenclature. That's exactly what we're jumping in on right now, or flying in on, that is. So let's head off that direction. I'm going to try not to hit a tree right now. I hate it when I hit a tree and I die when I'm doing this, because seriously, for all of you future admins out there, it's a thing that can realistically happen if you crash into the ground or whatever. Be very, very careful. Like, just sort of like turn it off when you're above the ground, kinda. And so the Champion's Chest is up here. Now, I can't control any of this, but the field of combat, I think, should be around here somewhere. We need to, like, make this a little bit more purdy, though. I'm gonna make this a little bit more purdy. Is that symmetrical on both sides? It is not. So let's take that out to right there. And if we bring it in like so, we can actually make a stairwell in here that'll make this... Do I hear movement? I don't know. I'm kill on sight on this server. I made sure that everybody knew that if they wanted to come after me, I wanted to maximize my PvP time. So it might happen. How come these won't go the direction that I want them to? There we go. That's what I was hoping for. And actually, let's make this staircase a little bit larger. So what I'm going to do is we'll go to right there. And then after we get done with that, we're going to take the 6 key. There might be a little bit of building in here. Somebody might try and kill us. I got my chains with me. I'm all ready to go just in case I need to wrangle somebody real fast. I think I should probably eat too, just because we're a little bit low on food. There are admin commands I can do to this, but I don't want it to get too far out of control to where I'm just adminning everything during the middle of episodes. Like, it does make my life a lot easier for recording, but I'd still like to play the basic game. But for, like, public event type stuff, I'm just going to spawn that because it takes forever. And then if I build, like, a base, for example, like the one over there that I'm essentially begging people to come destroy, I'll probably use admin materials for those two just because it speeds up the time. It allows us to get to the more fun content more quickly. And so that's actually looking pretty good right there. My estimation would be that we should probably find some way to differentiate this right here. Make it look a little bit nicer, because right now it's a lot of stone. Like, that's all that it is just a ton of stone all over this thing. And so I think if I could clear this up a little bit, I think we can make it look a lot nicer. I don't know if we're going to have enough blocks for right now to actually accomplish this. I've got a different type of block. Oh, it fell down, kinda. Okay, so that's a pain. I'm going to collect you real fast, and whoa! What just happened right there? The world just broke the second that I did that. So anyways, what I'm going to have to do right here is I'm going to have to actually paint over all this. And we're going to have to use the logs that I made before, because I made actual log ones right here. And I think I have enough of those to actually make this work. So we'll try the log ones. Actually, that looks pretty good too. I'm enjoying the way that it looks. We'll bring this around the corner. I love the way that the logs and everything, like, attach in the direction that they're supposed to. Wow, the server is really just sort of like having a conniption right now. I may have to go and investigate that in a little bit, but my god. I don't think we need to do the backside right here unless we were going to go out like so, maybe. That seems alright. Actually, let's take this out for a spin. It's been nice to us. It's fairly pretty. I think we could take it out for at least one test drive. We'll go right there. Okay. There it is. The Champion's Chest now concluded. It's weird that these logs do not line up in the way that I desire them to log up, or the way that I require them to line up. There we go. That fixed it up. Actually, did it? Is that a... Oh, that's weird. Okay, so I think it's just the primitives are showing, and that's what's throwing me off. Alright, so from the Champion's Chest right here, we need a location where the battle can take place. And so I think if we wanted the battle to take place, it would be out sort of like on a paddock out here. And I'm going to use normal stone for this. And then it'll have sort of like a wood center, I guess. Just something to, like, soak in the blood. It'll be like the bloodwood, I guess. Is that a thing? I don't know. Either way, it's a thing now because I have declared it. So we'll probably make this fairly large so that people can fight up and in here. And then I'll try and come up with light sources as well so that people can fight at night, because that's what I wanted to do with the original battle. But unfortunately, the light that we were throwing around was simply just not sufficient for what we were trying to accomplish. And so that looks more or less symmetrical. I think that should be enough space for the fight to take place too. Essentially, we're making our gridiron right now so that people can fight on top of this over the Champion's Chest. This will be sort of the field of combat. What we could do is we could actually put dirt in the middle. Dirt might be kind of cool. I think dirt would be pretty awesome. Maybe I'll give that a try. I don't know what it takes to make dirt blocks, but I think we could actually make this a little bit more stylish if we wanted to. It looks like it's actually going to have to be standing too, which is a little bit disappointing. I was hoping that would not be the case. Unfortunately, given the topography that we have right now, it's sort of locking us in a position that I don't think we really have much control over. So anyways, this will be the field of combat for right now for both duels and things like that on our server. I haven't exactly decided how I'm going to orchestrate things, but as it stands right now, I've been taking people into consideration, or people's opinions into consideration, along with people into consideration. But for right now, what it seems like people want is they want a part of the map that's for PvP only, and they want a part of the map that's for PvE only, meaning that if you build on one part of the map, you are protected under threat of ban or whatever from messing with people. Like, nobody can come along and destroy your stuff. The only thing that you ever run a risk of suffering from is going to be a server wipe. And also we'll have a PvP area, which will more than likely encompass, I don't know, I've got to figure out an area that has resources. I mean, part of me was thinking that we just leave the resources in the communal PvP area, and then we just call some of the areas PvE. So for example, I would say that like the islands are PvE, I would say that some of the outlying areas are PvE, and while that does seem a little bit unfair that it's going to be a lot further out if you want to play PvE, and it's going to take you a little while longer to run in and actually, you know, find fights and find people to deal with and find resources. At the same time, it also keeps people from wandering into your territory and just like ruining your life and messing with your stuff while I'm not online, because you're way out in the boonies anyways, and it makes it difficult for them to find you. Either that, or you can make your own little communities and band together, and technically we could be very libertarian about this whole thing, and you could sort of just like, or I guess anarchist about the whole thing, and you could just police your own streets. You know, empowerment of the individual and all that fun stuff. Somebody over there, that's got to be somebody with experience in the game, because if you look at the wall right there, they've left pockmarks and we'll look at it in just a second. We'll look at it in just a moment. So this is going to be our battlefield right here. We got somebody chopping wood over on that side. Take that right there. Good, 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 good. I'm going to leave the KOS off for myself right now for a little bit, because I know a lot of people just logged in who are actually just starting, and it's sort of ironic, I guess, or at least it's coincidental that they're all chopping down trees while they're logging in. You get it? It's a joke that I was a little bit hesitant to make, but for right now, I think it'll get us by. Is the field large enough? I don't think the field's large enough for right now. I think we want to make it a little bit bigger. This should be a lot of fun, though. I think that this should be... I'm trying to attract people to the server right now by offering up some sort of, like, consistency, essentially. Like, things take place. For example, whenever I'm online, we will continuously have, like, chest drops where people can come and they can fight for the champion's chest. They will fight on this field every single time, you know, when they want to do that, so that you can get big group PvP in when you're going to go fight. As of right now, actually, I opened it up public. There it is. And so the server is actually public right now. If you're seeing this on YouTube, check out the Twitter page or check out the Facebook page for all the specifics on the server. It'll make the whole thing a little bit easier. For now, as a test. Alright, so we'll go like so. And there it is. I am going to try and be very, very good about policing all this and making sure that, like, you know, people that get out of line are dealt with accordingly, so that we can actually have consistent rule sets that exist. Everybody knows the rules. Everybody, you know, participates in the rules, and it makes everything feel a little bit more fair. So now what we want to do is we're going to go around the outside with logs, I think. So let's go 7 right here. And we're just going to bring this out as far as we can. And so hopefully we have enough logs to make this work. And so we'll bring that on over to this side. Oh, I actually went too far on this side. Well, damn, look at me taking the initiative and doing more work than I need to. And so coming around back this way, I'm really, really excited about how this is going to turn out. I need to start watching Corrales and stuff like that so I can learn how to make more complicated designs too, because a lot of the stuff that's in Minecraft is shared with this game, so you can actually technically all make it sort of look the same. Nope, that's not where I wanted you. I wanted you over here, which means that you all go like so. Drop this on over back into the left. I let everybody know that I might not be responding because I'm recording, but that's just like sort of the way it goes. Everybody wants to chat a little bit, and it's sort of my fault because I chat them up in between episode recordings, and then I randomly just go off the grid. Is that guy in here to fight? Okay, that guy's not in here to fight. I feel better about it. Let's go ahead and see if we can get this situated right here. There we go. And as we drag this back around, I'm going to hollow out. Actually, I think the center's already hollowed out. Are you going to attack me right now? I don't know if he's going to attack me. Why am I going doubles on this side? I don't need doubles. I need singles. That was a mistake. I made a mistake. I think he's watching and seeing what I'm building. That's cool. He's free to watch. Hell, he could contribute if he really wanted to, but frankly, I wouldn't recommend it because I've got admin rights, which allows me to just like spawn all the materials I need to build public stuff. There we go. And so I'm bringing that back around. We'll go up and underneath on this side. It may not be straight, unfortunately, since I don't have grid lines. The only way to tell would be to drag it out a little bit further. And I probably will in my free time. What I'll do is I'll come back in. And I apologize if you really don't like the building episodes. I'm trying to balance the building episodes with sort of like the combat episodes. There's not a whole lot of combat on the server right now. Even since it went public, everybody here seems to be more interested in peacetime, since that is technically what I promised in my inaugural address. I think we're probably going to have to split it up somehow, though, because I have had a number of people log on and be like, so what are the rules for PvP here, because I want to fight people. And as of right now, I've got it designated where if we come on the server and somebody says that they are a KOS player, then you can attack them, but anybody who's undeclared, you know, they've got to like express, essentially when you walk up to an enemy, you've got to either use VoIP or type it in and be like friend or foe, you know what I mean? If they say friend, give them a pass for right now. If they say foe, feel free to go at it with each other for the remainder of your stint and your stay here. Perfectly fine by me. Alright, for example, I declared myself KOS, so feel free to attack me if you're on the server. Come straight at me, bro. I won't mind. It's all good. I won't complain. That's just the way that I've orchestrated it. On that side, it looks like we're going to need... This field still does not feel large enough for a bunch of people to fight. It should be enough, though. Let's drag this up back in here. And then with what we have remaining, we've actually got to fill in this part. And then after that, what I'm going to focus on is I'm going to see if we can get some dirt and maybe fill in the inside with earth so that it looks kind of like an arena. Like it'll soak up the blood and it'll make everything work properly. I don't know how many stone in I'm going to go from right here, but I figure a couple will probably do it. Okay, so there we are. Probably 2. I figure I'll go in 2 on this one, and that'll make it work perfectly fine. Loving the way that this is coming out so far. Obviously, it's just a big square, so you know that I'm easy to please when it comes to stuff like this. Still, I like to express when I'm happy with how a building design is going, and right now, I'm definitely feeling that internal builder's joy. I didn't want to spend more time working on the base right now, either. Supposedly, people are going to attack me at some point. I don't know when it's going to happen or where the trebuchets are at. The trebuchets? That's what I call them when they're attacking me. When it's somebody else's, it's a trebuchet. When it's my trebuchet, I call it a trebuchet properly. So do we have 2 in on this side? We do not have 2 in on this side. So let's get this all nice and rounded out. There we go. Alright, and I may also need to find interim admins, like people who can handle this stuff while I'm not online. Obviously, I'll probably give Creepy the admin powers, but I gotta find people I can trust to, like, not spawn a shit ton of resources that aren't going to be dedicated to like public building and things like that. So we got that right there. I was thinking about making public housing too for anybody that's sort of like resource starved or just like doesn't want to go through the building process. They just want a place where they can throw down a crest and like hold on to stuff, just build random houses around. Is this straight? I don't think it's straight, but it was supposed to stick out on both sides a little bit. Looks okay to me. Let me take a look from up here. We'll walk up on the winner's circle and we'll take a look downwards and we'll see how it looks from right here. I think it looks fantastic, actually. I'm really happy with it. So let's get... Oh, I don't know. Let's see here. Does dirt even work? I don't even know if dirt works. Okay, so dirt doesn't work. I'm actually going to farm that up. Either that or I need to go and see what dirt is called. So let's go back to the beach real fast while we're working on all this public stuff. At the beach, we'll either try to find... I don't know if I want to find grass or if I want to find dirt. I'll leave that one up in the air. I think that... Oh my god. That is legitimate right there. Holy shit. I know they have a team of guys working on that, though. It's like 3 or 4 people, and they're really, really hitting it hard. Wow. What a cool castle. Damn, son. I gotta give props to Creepy. Well done, amigo. Well done. So the stuff that we need... And actually, I think I accidentally packed a pickaxe. I did not, actually. So let's go back to our house real fast. I love this option. This option makes recording episodes so much easier. And I realize some people won't like this, but there's nothing that I can really do about that. It's either that or you get like really, really short episodes with no content. And so I figure traveling around quickly makes the whole thing a little bit more... I put dry. I wanted fly. I don't know why I was thinking about dry. That might hurt our ankles right there. Got to figure out what side of the building I'm on too. Looks like I got a block missing there on the bottom. Did I just forget that? Or like what happened right there? Either way, it's an easy fix, but I don't know what just occurred right there. Maybe somebody was whittling at it or seeing if they could break it or something. I don't really know what happened. Okay. Well, I love our base right now. This tower is super awesome. I don't know why the birds are like stuck. Those are bats. Never mind. Those aren't birds. I know the difference between biological organisms. Don't judge me. Rodentia versus avian. I don't even know what to call them right now. I'm sure a biologist could pipe on it and be like, yo, I got your back, Splat. And I'd be like, oh, yeah, please don't splat on my back. I would appreciate it if you wouldn't. It would make our friendship go a whole lot easier. I needed doit, or at least an implement to farm doit with. So, there it is. So there is our implement. I'll throw that in right there. That is exactly what I implement. We've got that. I don't need those anymore. Don't really need that for right now. I think that what I do need, I don't think we need the logs either. It was a really good fight, like while we're talking about it. Last episode's fight was pretty good, huh? I enjoyed it. I mean, it was fun watching until I got drawn into the melee, and I know these things happen. It was fun to participate in it, though, too. I was trying to stay out of it, but ultimately, unfortunately, pacifism didn't work out so great. Got that right there. Okay, we'll grab that. We got ourselves a pickaxe. Let's make sure we're getting all these doors cleared out. I'm actually going to walk this one because I feel like I've been exploiting the fly system a little bit too much to get stuff done during the course of this episode. So we'll drop that off right there. I will stress that in any competitive contest or anything like that, I won't be using anything admin related. I've got like separate chests and stuff for the things that I've done for in-game combat and stuff like that. And then I've got other chests around for, you know, setting up public events and making sure that everything has all the bits and pieces that it needs. For right now, really incredibly impressed with a lot of the building projects that are going on. Some people have been putting a lot of time and effort into the things that they're creating, and that's going to get a little bit more difficult as the server gets more populated. I looked into maybe converting it such that the stone nodes are infinite so that people can just like hang out there and farm them if they want, sort of StarCraft style. So that I know a lot of people get frustrated with the respawns, myself included. It's actually one of my least favorite things about the game is that is conquered by the tribe. Oh, it's up on the hill. Okay. We got a lot of people building around right there. Okay. Well, I need to get eyes on the beach right now. Otherwise, I'm never going to be able to find this beach. So I think I'll go up to the top of a hill and maybe look down on all of it. And I'm not doing it because I'm not doing it because I'm preposterously pretentious. At the same time, I need like a top-down view on whatever it is that I'm looking for. Okay. Why am I nude right now? Why am I nude? That's a little bit odd. I'll put on some clothing. Weird things have been happening over the last little bit. I think it has something to do with the fly command. It might unequip things from you, like, briefly. My shoes are also missing. Huh. Alright then. Well, never mind. Let's go ahead and head to the beach. We've got this for right now. It looks like nobody's building in the outer reaches. Oh, never mind. We got a little campfire and a little cook fire over here. How long has this been going for? I think I saw this in a previous episode, like off to the side. Looks like somebody's trying to cook a heart right now. And they've also got some other stuff. I'll leave it alone. Obviously, I'm trying to leave, since I have infinite access to like whatever I need as an admin, I try to leave other people's stuff alone. And then if they kill me, they get like a super awesome bonus that's just like kabam! You know, they kill me off and they get some of the admin supplies, which helps them get a jump start in their building projects. And so I think it works for everybody. I think it works for everybody. I think I'm going to continue grabbing berries while I'm in here. Damn it, where's this beach? I am so lost right now. Got a little rudimentary house over here. That's pretty good. It might be politementary. I'm not really sure. I've never actually talked to it or held any sort of correspondence with that building in particular, but I'm just trying to make sure. I'm just trying to make sure. On this side, there's the beach. I knew we could make it. See, I was just underestimating the distance that we had to walk. See, I could have just used the fly command. That's what's really, I keep looking at my timer and expecting it to be like 28 minutes into the episode. I should have set up a server earlier where I could just like get around a lot faster and like get things done. Where's the dirt at? Where the dirt at? Where the dirt at? Throw it in my bag. People are going to kill me out here. I'm just going to be running around with a big old bag of dirt. So that's going to be unfortunate. Let's see here. We got some squirrels and all kinds of lovely little flora and fauna all around us. I do enjoy hiking in nature. Once it gets sort of vertical, I get a little bit just like meh. But up until then, things work out. Where's this at? Damn it, dirt. Why are you so far away? There's dirt up by the King's Castle, isn't there? I think that there is. I think there's dirt mounds if you're walking up the trail towards the King's Castle and you cut to the right. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of dirt mounds up there, but for right now, I haven't done any resource harvesting on camera in a while, so let's go ahead and get the clay for this. I don't know exactly how I'm going to allocate this, but actually I don't have any clay, and so it'll be nice. I'll actually bring in a bunch more building materials to make our lives a little bit easier. This should be done, I think, in about, yeah, like 6 chops or maybe like 9 chops. There it is. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Clay actually has a really good feeling. I love the way clay feels when it's underwater. Like, for example, when you've got clay soil. I have this really, really good memory from when I was out at Los Padres. And when I was out in Los Padres, there's this little creek that ran through sort of like a sod slash... I don't know, we were up in the mountains, and this used to be an area where Native Americans had their tribes, and so you can go out there and you can walk through the mountains and you can find old pits for like cook fires. You can find these old little holes that they used to use for grinding up, I think it was acorns, as I recall, to make like their acorn bread and stuff like that. Very, very interesting place, a fun place to be, and it sucks. Like, people went up there and graffiti the shit out of it a while back, and it just... I don't know, that kind of stuff frustrates me because it makes no sense. Like, I understand graffitiing like public buildings or whatever, I wouldn't do it. But at the same time, people are showing like outrage and being angry, or they hate the government or whatever. Like, I get that, at least in some like slight sense. However, when you're going and like out and destroying stuff that... Maybe that's why they do it, actually. It does more damage, I suppose. When you're going out and you're destroying something that cannot be replaced. For example, that tribe, you know, no longer exists out there. They don't do that anymore. And so these are like the last remnants of their culture that we can use to do research and study them. It becomes a frustration for me when people do sort of like cruel things like that, because they're depriving the world of knowledge, which is actually a really, really heinous crime. On this side, I know there was a guy that got in trouble a little while back in my geology Tribune type things that we all get, our little newsletters and whatnot. There was a guy that got in big trouble out in some random... I forget where he was. He was out in some random place. So how do I craft this right now? Is it tier 1 to make a dirt block? How does that work? A thatch block. That takes hay. A thatch block might work. So tier 2, we've got clay. On that side, we've got... Okay, so this is actually going to make... Oh, that doesn't do what I wanted it to do. So what I may actually do then is we might use hay and turn this into like a thatch block in the center so that it turns into almost like those old dojo floors that they had in all the old sort of, I guess, Edo period dramas. Jumping Jesus on a pogo stick. It's not nice to attack Jesus. The fact that you're on a pogo stick doesn't make it any friendlier. Just throwing that out there. Let's gather up some hay, and we'll see what we can make work for right now. We've got a couple minutes left, and I know it's not going to be the most entertaining thing to do, but hell, I got really nothing else. I could just spawn it, but I feel like farming for a little while. Sometimes it's therapeutic, especially with the things going on right now in my life. I've got, like, you know, sick animals and things, and I'm thinking... one of my pets may be exiting the world pretty soon. And so honestly, farming, weirdly therapeutic. Like, I've already accepted the fact that good things do not happen after this point with regards to what's going on with my pet. If you didn't hear about it in previous episodes and you just jumped in, he's got a swollen heart and a swollen liver, and he's got a thing called, I think it's called I don't know. He's got water in his lungs and water in his heart right now, and we're trying to drain it out, and they said it depends how he responds to the pills. He's responding pretty well so far, but honestly, just trying to keep an eye on it. You know what? Let's go back, and I think there's more dirt pits. Don't fly in third person. It's a recipe for heartache. I am the magic flying pickaxe. Come to destroy your village. It would be slightly terrifying if I noticed just a levitating flying pickaxe all over the place. Got this over here. Okay, just make sure nobody's messed with the arena just yet. I think there's more dirt over on this side, as I recall, that we can farm up. And so, really? There's nothing over here? I recall seeing it. So that's a little bit weird. That is a little bit weird. Well, I guess I have no clue what I'm talking about then, and for right now, what I'll do is I'm going to break the episode off right here while I figure out what I want to do with all the thatch and everything else. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Reign of Kings as we start to get our private server all set up and make it such that we can have fun RP events, and we have all these little locations that people can come and visit. I look forward to seeing you all in the next episode. Take care out there, everybody, and as always, hi-do from me to you.